Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I want to talk about my picks for top 10 arena champions in Raid Shadow Legends. I know I did a video like this earlier this year, but for the past few months, a lot of things has changed. We have this new AI customization patch, and we have a lot of new gear sets. That's why this top 10 list will be drastically changed. And a quick disclaimer before going into the video. This top 10 list will only apply to players that are in upper Gold 4 or close to Platinum Arena, because like right now 99% of Raid players are in Gold 4. So if you're in lower Gold 4 or below Gold 4, this list doesn't mean anything to you. So anyways, it's gonna be a fun video. Let's get into it. Alright, so first let me pull up my top 10 list from my previous video from earlier this year. I'll leave that up for like a couple more seconds. As you guys can see, I put Hegemon as my number 1 pick, but like this time Hegemon is not gonna be my number 1 pick, okay? So like, and before going to the top 10 list, let me quickly make a few honorable mentions. Like, honorable mentions means these champions are not going to be on the top 10 list, okay? So the first champion, unfortunately, it's gonna be People's Champion, which is Madame. Like, I put her as my number 2 pick from the last video, but unfortunately she did not make to top 10 this time. Mainly because of some new gear sets released, and like, Madame is still a very good champion, and she is very low spending friendly because she's an epic, which a lot of players can get her. Like, look at this ratings, almost close to 10k ratings, and she's still amazing because of strip all the buffs and place defense down. But like, if you're in a higher level of arena, you will know that she just cannot do anything about Swift Parry. Like, on your arena offense team, you need to have someone that can deal with Swift Parry, but Madame is just not one of them. And in the current meta, people just stack HP on their defense team. Like, so like this decreased defense is not that useful compared to earlier this year. And I feel like I think there's another champion like this one here, Ryan, this is a champion from Doom Tower, and this guy also has a remove Olaf and plays a weaken. I feel like when we get this champion, he's gonna be better than Madame. I feel like this weaken is more important than defense down in the current meta. And I released a couple like Platinum push videos on my channel. If you guys watch that, you guys will see that for the last 15 minutes, I didn't use Madame a single time on my arena offense team. That's why I feel like there are just better choice. And next honorable mention is gonna be another very popular champion, and it's probably gonna be very controversial. That is Trunda. Like, she is the best nuker in the current meta. I agree with that, and everyone agrees. She is the best nuker in this game. But being a nuker means she is replaceable. Like, the champions on my top 10 list, they all have unique kit and they don't have a replacement. But Trunda, there are replacements for Trunda. Like, you can use a Ethos, you can use a Foley. They don't deal similar amount of damage, but like, they can deal 70%, 80% of her damage, and it will work. And especially when the reaction accessory was released, her value just dropped like crazy. Because earlier this year, what players usually what top players do is they use A2 as opener, because this A2 hits like crazy. Like, this could hit a Krisk or Volgoth like 200k damage and just one-shot enemy's entire team, this A2. But in the current meta, you just can't use A2 as opener. Like, right now in the Platinum Arena, everybody has to use A3 as opener. And like, that's why I feel like she is not as good as she was used to be. If this A2 hits on a reaction proc, like, it's over for you. So like, and especially in the current meta, a lot of defensive nukers start to shine in the current meta. That's why I feel like Trunda is just not gonna be on my top 10 list anymore. Alright, then let's get into my actual top 10 list. For the number 10 pick, I'm going to give to another Dwarf champion who didn't make to my list last time. that is Tormund. He is actually amazing. Like, he didn't make to the top 10 list simply because I forgot about him, okay? Just be honest with you guys. And I almost forgot about him again this time. Like, he is a very good way to force the enemy team to use immunity set against you. And using immunity set means they will lose a lot of stats. And Tormund, there are a lot of ways to build Tormund, but like if you are in an arena defense situation, all he needs to do is be in your team. That's it. You actually don't need him to do anything because his passive here doesn't have a cooldown. Like, that's one problem about him, right? I don't know if I'm gonna get hate for saying this, but like, if Raiho's passive have a cooldown, why doesn't Tormund's passive have a cooldown? Like, it should have a cooldown, but it didn't. But that's fine. That's why he's on my list. Like I said, all he needs to do is be in your team, and that's it. You can build him whichever way you prefer. You can build him in a shield set, which is gonna work in arena. You can build him in a savage set, which also is gonna work in arena. Also, you can build him in a CC set. You can build him in a provoke set or stun set, and go with fearsome presence. Personally, I prefer to build my Tormund in a savage set because he actually deals a lot of damage. And yeah, a very solid champion. That's why he's gonna be on my number 10 for this top 10 list. And for the number 9, I gotta give it to the only attack-based champion on this list. That's Candy Foam. And because he just deals crazy amount of damage, and his red affinity and the most popular nukers in this game, they're all blue affinity. That's why this is a strong affinity here. He just deals crazy amount of damage, mainly because of this passive here. If he's in Veil or Perfect Veil, he just does 40% more damage, straight 40% more. That's why you don't need to gear him in a Savage set. If you gear him in a Relentless or Swift Parry, he will deal similar amount of damage. And like, he is just so good in arena defense. If you don't use a shield champion or any protection champion and you're facing against a Candy Foam, if the Swift Parry proc on him, he will one-shot your entire team. And that's why, like, also like in the current meta, I feel like defense is more important than your offense team. That's why I put him on the top 10 list instead of Trunda. But I think a lot of people might say that Trunda is better than him. But like I said, I feel like defense is more important than offense. For the number 8 pick, it's gonna be a very old school champion who also made to my top 10 list last time. That is a champion pretty much everyone has. That is Arbiter. Like, she is essential for your arena offense team. Like, you need to have her in order to compete in Gold 4, pretty much, even if you're in a lower Gold 4. Because I think there are not many champions in this game that can do attack up with a turn meter boost. Not many champion has it. Also, she has a very good speed aura. Like, don't take her for granted. Like, she is amazing. Especially in the current meta, attack up is critical because most of the defense are super tanky. Like, basically, I don't think I need to say anything about this champion. Overall, amazing champion. I just can't compete arena without her. She is essential for my team setup. That's why she deserves a spot on this top 10 list. Alright, so for the number 7 pick, it's gonna be one of my personal favorite champion. That is Ursuga, the big lady. Still, I think a lot of people have her, but they don't use her. She is a hidden gem in this game. And after I made a video about her, I've seen like significantly increased number of Ursuga in Platinum Arena. Especially when the reaction accessory was released and that, what's it called, like the Griffin set was released from Doom Tower. Like, these sets are just made for this champion, basically. Let me show you guys my Ursuga build here. Where is it? So like, this Ursuga will never get one shot. Like, let's not talk about one shot. She will never die before she gets a turn. Basically, that's it. I have 2 reaction pieces on her, and I have this Guardian set, which absorbs 10% of damage dealt to ally champion. And she has this amazing passive which decrease the damage all ally receive from critical hits by 30%. So like, if she is on my team, all my team members are going to take 40% less damage. Think about that. And she has reaction accessory and she will never be killed before she gets a turn. And if I put her on my defense team, I will prioritize this skill, which is the ally protection and strengthen 3 turns cooldown, and the buffs last 3 turns. Like, this is amazing champion. Like she is probably the best champion for arena defense in terms of ally protection, and she definitely deserves a spot on my top 10 list. Alright, so for the number 6 pick, it's gonna be another ally protection champion. That is a very well-known champion, Necrit the Great. So like, I put him higher than Ursuga mainly because he is amazing in arena offense. Like, I think in terms of arena defense, Ursuga is better than him. In terms of arena offense, he is like a 12 out of 10. Like, after his release, Mountain King meta is just dead. Like, Mountain King will never work against Necrit. Also, like, all these Brackets team are just look so easy with Necrit. Also, the New King Hegemon meta, like, just bring a Necrit. Your champion will never get one shot because of this passive here. He just plays a block, debuff, strengthen, ally protection for 6 turns. 6 turns, that's a lot. And the thing is, you can choose what champion you want to be protected. Like, I've seen people just HP tune their fastest arbiter on their team. So like, they have a 380 arbiter with an immunity buff. That's basically an immunity arbiter with 380 speed. Think about that. Also, like, I think I'm very lucky to pull 3 Necrit. I think I pulled him the first 2x Void after his release. I geared the first one in a shield set, second one in a shield set with resistance, and third one with swift parry with resistance. So like, right now I only use him in offense, and this is the one I'm using. Just use the shield set. Like, I can use him against any Mountain King team or New King Hegemon team, and it will work perfectly. Alright, so finally it's time for the top 5 arena champions in Raid Shadow Legends. So for my number 5 pick, I gotta give it to Duchess, Lily 2. She is still amazing champion. I think last time I put Duchess higher than Siphi, but this time I gotta put Siphi higher than Duchess. So like, Duchess this time I give her number 5 spot. And actually, this is, I think, on my account, Duchess was my 4th legendary on my account. I pulled her very early on, pretty much like the 2nd week when I started the game. I was pretty lucky, but until now, I only have 1 Duchess, and I really want a second one. Basically, her kit attack one enemy, a 10% shield for of this champion's max HP. Like, 10% is actually a lot, because in a lot of situations, people can stack her HP to like 100k. So like, this 10% shield is gonna be a 10k shield. It's a lot. And A2 here, block, debuff, attack up, and perfect veil. Perfect veil is amazing in arena. That will make enemy can only target Duchess. It cannot target any other champion. And this AoE revive, like, I think this AoE revive doesn't have the same value compared to a couple months ago. I feel like right now the best revive skill in the game need to be a revive with a full turn meter. So that's why she's only number 5 this time. If it's earlier this year, I will definitely put her like top 3. And also has this amazing passive, decrease damage taken with all allies from AoE attack by 25%. Like, just put her with Ursuga and your team will never get one shot. Also a very good speed aura, like overall amazing champion. And I will suggest you guys, if you guys have her, put her in a swift parry set. That's it. Alright, so for the number 4 spot, I was just talking about Siphi, right? So I gotta give it to Siphi, the Lost Bride. I know it might be a little bit controversial, because I know a lot of players have this obsession with Siphi, think that she is the best champion for every area of the game, and if they pull Siphi, it's gonna completely change their account and they're going to make to Platinum Arena. Like, it's not the case. Like, she is still amazing champion, but I just wouldn't put her on my top 3. So like, she has the most broken A1 in the game, which is a sleep that cannot be resisted. this is completely broken. And she has an 8-2, which is a 4 turns cooldown, and put all these 3 buffs and a small turn meter boost. Like, I really hope this increased defense is an increased attack. If this is an increased attack, she's probably the #1 champion in the game. But like, increased attack is very important if you're using an attack-based nuker. That's why if you're using a defensive nuker, she is amazing. She is the best support in the game if you're using a defensive nuker like Solis. So for this revive, I think this revive's value just skyrocket after the new AI patch, because this is full turn meter. And you can choose which champion she revive first based on the champion spot on your team. So like, if she revive a dead Warlord, Warlord is gonna have a full turn meter and instantly A3 the enemy team, and you can win. Also, like, one thing that is very underestimated about Siphi is this heal. This heal is massive actually, and this is like 10% of your allies max HP each turn, right? But like, if you're choosing some healing mastery, this can heal like crazy. And if you guys don't know, like, Siphi received a big nerf, I think end of last year, like October last year, sometime like that. This heal was 15%. Like, this heal was absolutely huge. And she has a resistance aura, which is also very important in the current meta. And personally, I only have one Siphi, and I would recommend you guys to go with Swift Parry and make her speed as high as possible. That way you can use her in both offense and defense. But like, I think if you want to gear Siphi in triple speed set, in the current meta, I think it will also work. If you want to gear her in a triple speed set, it is very good if you have a good defensive nuker. It will work really well. Alright, so finally it's time for top 3 arena champions in Raid Shadow Legends. For the number 3 pick, I gotta give it to the old king, Hegemon, who was my number 1 pick on my last top 10 video. He is still amazing. Like, he was out of meta for a couple months. If I make this video a month ago, I probably wouldn't put him even in top 10. But like, I think I made a video called King Hegemon is back last week, and like, he is amazing right now. But you gotta build him with super high accuracy. So let me show you guys the Hegemon build. I have 2 Hegemon, one in New King gear, one in Savage gear, and one in CC gear. So this one, I think this is the meta earlier this year, probably January, February. Everybody built New King Hegemon with like 50 to 60% crit rate. But this one is out of meta. But this one, the CC Hegemon, is in the meta right now because of this A1. Like, if you want to use your Hegemon in arena defense or offense, it doesn't matter. A1 is always the opener because of this mastery here, Evil Eye. And this is gonna be like 20% turn meter decrease if you use his A1. So like, the problem, the reason why he is so broken right now is because this A1 is 2 hit. So the first hit is going to, if you put Hegemon on auto, the first hit is going to go to the enemy with lowest HP, I think. But the second hit is completely random. Like, if you don't have a fast enough Arbiter, you can definitely bring a Hegemon to your arena offense team and just A1 the enemy's fastest champion. And with this 20% turn meter decrease, you can pretty much go first. Like, if you're using a 320 speed Arbiter and against the 380 speed enemy Arbiter, you just need to A1 the enemy and you will go first. That's how powerful it is. And if you're against a CC Hegemon defense, if their Hegemon use A1 as opener, like I mentioned in my Hegemon video, I still don't see a counter. Like, there is no counter to this A1 meta. I don't see a solution. Like, I know like a 5-star level 1 molly might work, but like, there's I think Boomer in my clan, like, he has a super low attack Hegemon. Like, I used the 3-star level 1 rare champion against his CC Hegemon. Like, his CC Hegemon just not able to kill my 3-star level 1 champion. That's why I think a 5-star level 1 molly is not gonna work. That's why this is the only champion on this top 10 list that I don't see a solution. Like there's no counter to it. Maybe the only counter is double Rotos. That's why I still think this champion is amazing. Definitely deserve a spot on my top 3. Alright, so for the number 2 pick, it's gonna be the only non-void champion on this top 3 list. That is Prince Kaimar. Like this champion is just super amazing. It's hard to imagine, like half a year ago, nobody used him. That's just weird. And I think I was the first one who started to use Prince Kaimar, and then I shared a strategy to my clanmates like Leo Will and Boomer. And then now Kaimar is everywhere. Basically, his A1 in an arena situation, this is irrelevant. His A2 is remove all buffs and place a sleep. That's why you don't really need a Madame. You can just use a Kaimar. And then A3 is a reset and filter meter. That's why he is an amazing counter to Swift Parry. If Swift Parry proc enemies touches, revive everyone, I will just reset and nuke again. And then he has this amazing speed aura. Like I think if he doesn't have a speed aura, he's probably like number 9 or number 10 on this list. This speed aura is just so amazing. He can pair with a Siphi, and when you can use this guy as lead, then use a Siphi. Then when Siphi Terminator boost and he sleeps everyone, you don't have to speed to anyone. And like he has so many uses. But I only have 1 Kaimar, that's the problem. I really want 2 or 3 Kaimar. And if you only have 1 Kaimar, I highly recommend you guys to gear him in immunity set as fast as possible while maintaining a good accuracy. Also, you guys can gear Kaimar to be a Warlord counter, which is gear him in a super high resistance, like 600 resistance. You just let enemies Warlord to put your whole team's skill to cooldown, and he will resist the Warlord's A3 and reset the cooldown for your whole team. That's also another good way to build Kaimar. Overall, amazing champion, definitely deserve a spot for my number 2. Alright, so you guys ready for the undisputed champion of the world? I think you guys already know who that is, right? There's no secret, that is Warlord. I think other champions on this list is not even close to Warlord. Like, has there ever been a champion in the game? In Arena, if that champion gets a turn, the fight is over. Think about this. Was Siphi this broken? Was Kaimar this broken? Like, he gets a turn, the fight is over. There is this A3. If you build him the right way, all he needs to do to end a fight is to use this. He gets a turn, the battle is over. And this is all that matters. Also, his A1 is irrelevant. This is literally a below average A1. And this A2 is a block debuff and shield, and this heals like crazy. His A3 is put everyone's skill to cooldown and has 50% chance to deplete each target's turn meter. Like this 50% is actually better than 100%. Because right now, a lot of people build a resistance Kaimar to counter Warlord, right? But what this 50% do is it will mess up enemies' turn order. So it has a chance, so it basically has 50% chance to make enemies nuker to go before their buff strip. That's why the resistance Kaimar counter to Warlord is not consistent, and I wouldn't recommend it. Amazing skill, probably the best skill in the entire game in terms of arena. Also, he has a very good resistant aura in all battle. Like the weird thing is, I think end of the last year, which there was a big champion rebalance patch, Plarium buffed Warlord. Like this used to be 40, and this used to be 6 turns cooldown. Like it's so weird why they buff Warlord. And I've said many times about nerfing Warlord, but guys, don't worry. Plarium is not going to nerf Warlord, not this year. So good luck on pulling Warlord. Alright, so before ending the video, just to make this video more informative, let me show you guys a screenshot from last week's top 10 Platinum Arena finishers. So here we go. We can see it's actually top 9. Like, let's take a look at these champions. Like all 9 players on the list are using Warlord. Like literally, Warlord is a must-have. It's the only must-have. And we can see here, the player who finished number 1 last week didn't even have a Siphi. I know this guy is from my clan. He doesn't have a Siphi. That's why I'm saying like Siphi is not a must-have. It's obviously an amazing champion, but it's not a must-have on your account. And we can see a lot of players are using Hegemon on their defense. And I saw Boomer is still using Krisk. Like Krisk did not make to my list this time because I think Krisk is out of meta right now. Boomer is using Krisk because he doesn't have any other champion, I think. Alright, then let me pull up my final version of my top 10 arena champions list, just so you guys have a clear image. So like, if you guys have a different opinion, definitely let me know. But like, if I put someone on number 3 and you think it should be number 5, that is not disagreement. If you think someone should be top 10 but didn't make to the list, definitely let me know. So yeah, that will do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.